combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And we're here today with another episode of Jimmy Rants. If you're brand new to Jimmy Rants, go to JimmyRants.com and you can see how this works. It's a very unique show, you guys, if you're brand new. We start off on Instagram Live. So go follow me on Instagram, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. And if you follow me there, then you'll see that I pop on and do lives at least a couple of times a day, most days, sometimes more, sometimes less. But go follow me there, and then you can engage in the content just like all these awesome people are here right now. Joshua and Kitty Caddick and the Keto Road and Amy Marn Brewster, and I'm going to slaughter your name, but Sate Jacques and Carol Ann, all these guys are here already, ready to engage in the content live. And then you can watch on the replay for up to 24 hours. And then if you miss the replay, it disappears after 24 hours. Never fear, we stick it in archive form on YouTube so you can see all the past episodes. And then finally, we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which has the best of the best highlights from this here show. JimmyRants.com is the website. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about the headlines. So this week, as of the recording of this, is the week before New Year's, okay? And the week before New Year's, we always get these great year-end lists and things for the new year. So this new one that I printed out here today, these will be the hottest food trends in 2019, according to dietitians. And the sub-headline says, for better or for worse, Keto's here to stay. Why does it have to be for better or for worse? Can't it just be keto is dominating right now? Why'd they have to throw in for better or for worse? Well, whatever's worse. But 2018 was the year of keto, cauliflower, and apple cider vinegar, it says. What will 2019 bring? So they got a registered dietitian and nutritionist panel together to weigh in on what they think will be hot and whether they're worth following or not. So one of them said that the popularity of the keto diet continues to rise and will do so in 2019. I agree. I think 2019, if you guys thought keto was big in 2018, you ain't seen nothing yet. 2019 is going to be the year, big year for keto. It'll probably start to wane about a year from now, but 2019, hold on to your hats. In 2018, we saw the introduction of keto foods and products in order to help people snack and eat the keto way. We'll continue to see this rise in keto-friendly products, which I've talked about this on other Jimmy Rants, may or may not be that big, that good of a thing, because there will be some discernment that will need to take place. Again, I did a previous Jimmy Rants on how you can discern the good ones from the bad ones. But the keto food trend is definitely here, and you're going to see it even more in 2019. You guys have no idea all the keto this, keto that, that's going to come on store shelves next year. And then same with books. There's going to be so many keto books out there. And I know people are starting to get a little bit of keto fatigue from the book realm, because I've seen my latest book, Real Food Keto, isn't doing as good as some of my previous keto books. So there is somewhat of the fatigue taking place, that people aren't necessarily buying keto books like they used to. I'm going to continue reading. Because keto is not easy for most people to adhere to. Why is it not easy? I don't get why it's not easy to adhere to. Here's the big thing I wanted to rant about here today. Because of the not being easy to adhere to, we will be seeing a shift over to a modified keto in 2019. In other words, you can eat keto-like without having to be as strict, according to Toby Amador, the award-winning dietitian and Wall Street Journal best-selling cookbook author. Toby, what the what? What do you mean modified keto? What do you mean eating keto-like without being as strict? Can we make an analogy here? I want to be keto-like without being as strict. Let's see. I want my chickens to be chicken-like without being chickens. How's that work? I want to eat an egg that's egg-like but not eggs. They do have that now, by the way. It's just fake manufactured egg white-ish stuff. It's nasty. What? What is he talking about? Keto-like. Now, perhaps what he's saying, and I've ranted about this one before, is that, well, we won't have to be so strict on keto. We'll shift over to like a dirty, lazy keto. So eat whatever you want, but just be kind of lazy about it and have the manufactured products that'll be coming out, and you can still see results. Can I be the first to say what utter madness that is? I had something else I wanted to say, but I kept it clean for you guys. Utter madness is what that is. Because there's kind of this aversion to the word strict. People hear strict and they think, oh, it's rules, it's regulations, and it's going to be uncomfortable. I don't know about you guys that eat keto. Even the strictest of strict keto is still very, very pleasurable. Very, very delicious. Full fat meats and cheeses? Come on. Are you kidding me? Bacon is strict keto. Why are we bemoaning a strict keto that includes ribeye steak? Why are we bemoaning strict keto that has full fats? Butter and coconut oil and lard and avocados and avocado oil and olive oil and all these healthy fats that you can eat? Why is strict keto having to be modified? And then what does that mean to modify keto? Because to me, if you get off of what keto is, it's no longer keto. For those of you that are brand new to ketogenic diets, a ketogenic diet by definition is low carb, moderate protein, high fat, and try to eat mostly real whole foods. That's what keto is. So if you're modifying it from that parameter, it's no longer keto. It's my problem when people start talking about high protein within the context of keto. Keto is not high protein, and so anybody that pushes high protein, that's fine if you want to do that, but don't call it keto. And so what does this modified keto that this registered dietitian in this story, if you're just joining us, I'm talking about a headline of what the hottest food trends in 2019 will be according to some dietitians. And in this one, they had a award-winning dietitian, not just any old dietitian, Wall Street Journal best-selling cookbook author Toby Amador. And Toby Amador RD says that we'll be seeing a modified keto becoming mainstream in 2019, and that you would eat keto-like without being as strict. And I'm making the argument that what's wrong with strict keto? What's wrong with sticking with the foods that help you get to your goals of health and weight loss and all the other reasons why you go keto? I just don't understand why there's this vilification of what keto is. And guys, I'm gonna keep this accountable. I mean, if people try to say, well, you can get away with eating a few more carbs, you can get away with eating a little bit more junk foody keto type things, you can get away with those things. Maybe some people could. Maybe if they metabolize carbohydrates better than others, they'll be able to handle that. But if you're talking to an insulin-resistant person or a person with type 2 diabetes or a person with morbid obesity, and you're telling them, oh, it's okay to modify the ketogenic diet to fit you, you could be leading that person down the road to failing. And here's what happens. When that modified keto fails, and it will for a lot of people, people will blame keto. See, that keto diet didn't work. See, I hear all these people talking about keto. I tried that. It just did not work. Well, what kind of keto did you do? Oh, I just kind of did my own thing. And this isn't new, by the way. When I first got into blogging and podcasting, people were doing this with the Atkins diet. They'd say, I'm doing modified Atkins. All right, what's that mean? Oh, I'm eating meat, eggs, and cheese. Okay, is that the Atkins diet? Well, it's my Atkins diet. Okay, but have you actually read the books and understood what the diet's all about? No, I'm just doing modified Atkins. Well, you might as well just call it something else. You might as well just say, I'm doomed to fail in front of whatever diet you're going to do. So you're doing the I'm doomed to fail Atkins, the I'm doomed to fail keto, because that's what you're doing when you don't do it by the book. And of course, keto does have various nuances that people introduce, but again, the basic concept is low carb, moderate protein, high fat. If you need to learn the details of what a ketogenic diet is and how to do it and how to overcome a lot of the obstacles that are in the way, I wrote a book about this called Keto Clarity. Definitely go pick it up and learn more about this. But this whole Jimmy Rants here today is about the hottest food trend in 2019 being a modified keto? What the what? That just doesn't make any sense to me at all. If you want to find success on keto, you got to do keto, not modified keto. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. I had to go on an extended rant here today because yesterday I didn't get to rant. All right, welcome in. Hello, everybody. I see all my awesome usual suspects. Keto Neogenesis Beth says all the keto this or that's are already in the stores. Hashtag don't buy hype junk. Yeah, be very discerning is what I would say. There's just a few products right now that I would put my name and reputation behind. A lot of that stuff is really, really junk food crap. If the only result you want to see is weight loss with a side effect of stalling because of continued health issues, then do a modified keto, says Beth. Ashton says, I don't have any problem with eating keto, so why muck up a great thing? And that's the thing, Ashton. The assumption is, based on previous diets, the assumption is that the diet as written, as prescribed, is unpleasurable. And with low-fat diets, that was always true. People were hungry. They had to eat cardboard-tasting food. And so now they get to eat delicious, luxurious, amazing-tasting food. You don't have to go to a modified version of it because the version that's strict is incredibly delicious and it's giving you benefit. So I've never understood why we have to modify something that's already good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Mama Orr says, I eat better now than I ever did. Yeah, we all do now. When you eschew the sugars and the grains and the starches, you don't need those things anymore. You find, oh my goodness, I like the way I eat. That's why you keep eating that way. I hear the same thing from people. It doesn't work. Really? What are you eating? Mama Orr's. Yeah, and work also is relative and subjective. The word work could connotate, and in most cases does connotate, weight loss. And so if people don't see weight loss, not realizing weight loss is so much more than just what you're putting in your mouth and your diet. But people put all that onus on weight loss. Oh, if keto doesn't produce 50 pounds in weight loss by next week, it failed. I'm like, come on, come on. Nancy, Virginia Beach, some will lose some weight that way, but won't see long-term loss or medical markers get better long-term. Yeah, doing a modified keto is what you're saying, Nancy, and I agree with you that they might see some modicum of success because you're coming off a crap diet and you're going on to a healthier diet. So yeah, you will see some modicum of success, but don't you want to be optimal? Don't you want to see the best possible success that you can? I think so. I say do it to improve your health. Weight loss is a great side effect. Exactly, Mama Ors. You know that's been my theme song for a very long time, and I talk about it a lot in these Jimmy rants of don't go keto for weight loss. Go keto to get healthy, and the side effect of getting healthy is weight loss. I knew this would happen as soon as the grocery store magazines were showing flashy keto diet promises. Most people want fast and easy weight loss, not permanent weight loss and good health, Nancy says. And that's the thing we're going to have to battle, because there will be a lot of people that will be drawn to keto and drawn to a modified keto based solely on wanting to merely lose weight. And again, if you're watching this and you're brand new to keto, can I tell you, don't focus on the weight loss and instead run some blood markers. And I talk about this quite a bit in my work, so hang out with me here. I'll keep telling you about blood markers that are relevant, because health changes on the inside, even if weight doesn't change on the outside. And that's so hard for people to wrap their heads around. They're like, wait a minute, I want to lose weight. I know, we all do. But you want to get healthy first and foremost, right? And a lot of people come to keto in a very damaged state, and in a state where they have years, maybe decades of damage that's taken place. You got to be kind to yourself in the meantime and look at those health markers, because they truly tell the tale of how you're doing in your pursuit of health. Keto Steph says, yeah, people say, oh, I'm keto-ish. Yeah, I hate that one too. I so hate that one, Steph. Keto-ish. You might as well just bullish. I mean, I don't know what you say. Sai, now I do like Mark Sisson's take of being in the keto zone most of the time for metabolic flexibility. And even Mark Sisson, who wrote a book called The Keto Reset Diet, he talks about being keto, but then he does talk about coming in and out of it. I think some people need to stay in it for most of the time. And if you're doing a modified keto, there will be moments when you allow something into your diet that will knock you right out of ketosis. And for some people, that's no bueno. I wonder what part is modified. Exactly, Megalift. That's my whole contention is, all right, modified keto, what are you doing? Does that mean you're giving yourself more carbohydrates? What does that look like? Are you eating more junk food, keto stuff? But again, we know some of those things are filled with things that aren't keto. So I too want to ask this registered dietitian, maybe I'll reach out to him on Twitter or something, but Toby Amador says you can eat keto-like without being strict and have a modified keto. So maybe I'll ask him to define what modified keto means, and if I get a response, I'll let you guys know. The only thing I plan to modify is going from chemical-ridden degreasing keto kitchen problems to natural cleaning products. Awesome. See if there's any others. Kimberly Jackson Simmons, thanks for being here. I had so many people compliment me over my Christmas photos this year, told me how much younger I looked. We may have had a few slip-ups, but are very determined to stay keto. And I think slip-ups and things like that are just fine, especially around the holiday season. Obviously, it's not ideal, but if you're going to have that happen, it's not a big deal to get right back on plan. That's not what I see with modified keto. Modified keto is like slip up all you want. All year round, just slip up. And here's what happens. People do the modified keto, and it's just basically a daily slip up. And at some point, your brain will tell you, why are you doing this, dummy? You're not losing weight. You don't feel that great. This keto failed. Just stop. And people do. People eventually do. So that's you right now, and you've started a New Year's resolution in the new year, and you're not seeing the results you want to see. Perhaps it's because you didn't do keto. You did a modified keto. And I'm going to say it loud and I'm going to say it proud right here, right now. Modified keto ain't keto. Modified keto is a recipe for disaster you're just setting yourself up for. I see a lot of dirty keto on Instagram with thousands of follows and giving bad advice. It's so frustrating just because it worked for them. Yeah, Aaron Deb, I agree. And it's something I did a whole Jimmy Rants all about. Why is dirty, lazy keto a thing? Because I think that's just a recipe for disaster. People are going to fail. It's setting them up for failure before they even start. Bonnie Lene says, for me, modified would be too easy for me to fall off. Then my inflammation and body pain would come back. It's not a diet. It's a lifelong way. Exactly. And I think once we get out of the diet mentality and get into this is the way I'm going to eat for the rest of my life, there's nothing to modify. You just stick with the keto plan, do it as prescribed, and then keep doing it for the rest of your life as long as you get benefit in your blood markers, the way you feel, and then hopefully, for most of us, eventually weight loss. All right, guys, that's it for this Jimmy Rants. Thanks for hanging out with me. The bottom line in this Jimmy Rants episode is when you see about these hottest trends in 2019 and you hear about a modified keto, realize that ain't keto. So what the what? Pass the message on, you guys. JimmyRants.com is the website. And as always, we start off on Instagram. So go follow me there. LIVINLOWCARBMAN, Living Low Carb Man on Instagram. We go on a couple of times a day generally, and you can watch it live and engage just like all these people did here today. Thank you for all the engagement, you guys. Then you can watch for up to 24 hours on replay on Instagram. It disappears from there, but never fear. We archive them on YouTube so that you can see all the past episodes. And then finally, we have the best of the best moments of this Jimmy Rants on a podcast, Jimmy Rants Podcast. So go check that out on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review while you're there. JimmyRants.com. So until next time, we'll see you then.